You notice the swing set that Obama got for the daughters?
All right, I'm not going to fucking even... I don't want anyone commenting on this at all. They put a play set in at the White House, but one item in a playground was mysteriously missing. Silence!
No, I don't know what's happening.
Good.
Please explain
Best
it to me.
kept a secret.
No.
The angle I was going to take with this, the older daughter is too old for a swing set. Way to know your daughters. 10-year-olds don't really run around on...
No.
No.
I used to like a swing set
But
at
it's
10
still a younger daughter.
at the
It's
playground.
got to be for the younger daughter.
It's got to be for the younger daughter. You can't just go, I bought a car for my son, but my 2-year-old can't drive it. I don't know my
What
kids.
do you do? You put in a swing set, you put in a seesaw, you put in one of those spinny roundy round things.
I think everyone got it.
No, I don't
You
know.
put in, what else is in a playground?
Well, you know.
You put shut
a
up!
slippery slide.
A slippery slide.
I don't know what we're
A slippery,
missing.
is that what they call it?
Or we call them slippery dips in Australia.
Slippery dips.
Slippery
You
dips.
people are stupid.
You really are.
What do you
It's a
call, what do you
slippery
call,
dip.
what do you call? It's a slippery dip.
A slippery dip.
Yeah, what do you call them?
Interesting. Just a slide.
And
They used to be called a slide-in pond.
In Britain, they call them a slippery slide, and in
Yeah.
Australia, slippery dip.
Let's go on the slippery slide.
Yeah,
They suck.
a slippery dip.
A slippery dip.
Australia knows how to name things.
Yeah, they certainly do.
There was an episode of The Simpsons where he goes, "That's a funny looking animal," and then he goes, "Oh, it's a such and such," and then the Australian guy goes, "I would have called it a whizzlewobber." And that's how we do name things.
That is funny, yeah.
I think the Aboriginals set us up the path on a lot of names. I think there's a lot of bullshit going on.
Is there...
Oh!
Yeah.
The Aboriginals, we got a place called Wagga Wagga.
Wagga Wagga.
Because evidently the Aboriginals don't use numbers or something, so you got to say the thing twice. So it's meant to be Wagga Wagga 2 or something.
Oh, like Wagga 2.
It's got to be Wagga 2.
Wagga
right?
3.
Yeah, yeah.
Instead of like
So
Wagga
they-
Wagga Wagga.
Yeah, they're going to go, what if you got like a packet of like hundreds and thousands or sprinkles or something? What do you call them? You know what I mean? Like, how do you
That's why that you fucking, came over there and just defeated them and decimated them. They're like,
Well,
how many
me.
people came over on the ship? And they're like, walla, 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 walla. And by that time, you guys are all in position to just fuck them.
Captain Cook, man.
We had the same thing with the American Indians, though.
What
Like
was
a
that?
lot of wacky places, especially out on Long Island, have names that are like, Patchogue, and then you try to spell it and you have a brain hemorrhage.
It's like Ayers Rock now. We changed the name back to the Aboriginal term, which is Uluru.
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 Uluru. I grew
Uluru.
up on Warramoo Avenue, and there's a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coogee, Kalgoorlie. Kalgoorlie's a good name for a
What the
town.
fuck does that even mean?
Kalgoorlie has the most amount of hookers per capita of anywhere on the planet.
Are they like nice looking?
It's a gold mining town. They fly them in.
gold mining. What
They
fucking
fly 'em
year is
in.
it down there?
Well,
I know it's winter is summer, summer's winter, but what
it's
is it?
got the-
1850?
It's got the biggest man-made hole in the world. We're very proud of that.
This fucking Pal Talk volume. This fucking Pal Talk volume thing. I'm gonna stab somebody about it.
What happened?
The
What happened?
audio, and I heard Ronnie bitching about this too. The audio constantly, for no fucking reason, just shuts off. Just shuts the fuck off. And I understand it's only a couple hundred people listening on that, but they're enjoying things. They wave, we use it when there's that. But the thing is,
What's Pal Talk?
I'll look up. It's the video conferencing.
You've seen the Pal
Okay,
Talk.
what I'm
Yeah.
more
You've
been around here long enough to know.
I still don't know what bit of play equipment is missing from the slippery dip and the swing and the merry-go-round.
God.
All right, shut the mic.
It's obviously a black thing.
Shut the mic. No. It has nothing to do with that. It honestly doesn't. There's nothing to do with that.
All right, hold on. We got to get our on hold music.
Yeah, we'll put our on hold music on.
I really have no idea. I'm not playing you.
Oh, I know.
I can't figure out what this joke is.
Oh, I know.
Just hit O.
There
Go.
it is.
Hold on.
All right, now let's get the mics off.
We'll be right back with the Opie and Anthony Show.
What are you, an idiot? Now, don't repeat it. Whatever you...
It makes
might be
perfect
too
sense
late.
now.
What?
It might be too late.
No, I hit dump a few times.
You don't.
Right, when I said the LP thing.
Shut up.
I didn't
no.
say it. I didn't say it.
You
why
don't
we did the whole
understand. You don't understand how sensitive
I get how
the
sensitive
situation is.
I can't believe that your brain went to that place. I would have just skipped right past that bit of apparatus.
No. Mine goes right to it.
I turn the mics right on so we get the reaction, but your reaction was to repeat what Ed said.
I didn't say people were laughing.
Or laughing or something. I didn't say something even worse. And it makes for a nice little
No,
bit.
I said
Right.
something
From time to time.
I thought it
Yes.
was a language barrier problem, but we
That's what I thought too.
We
maybe.
have those back overseas.
All right, and we shan't discuss them.
We won't talk about them.
Don't even discuss it because it's just nothing but trouble here in America.
I know.
Everyone's so uber
We
sensitive.
can't mention them.
Yeah.
All right.
And
All right.
although it's the only thing I want to say right now.
I know, really. Let's just avoid it.
Let's talk about the gold mining town in Australia with all the
Kalgoorlie.
hookers.
Kalgoorlie.
So they got a lot of money coming into that little area. So
Very, very rich people who work in a hole for a couple of weeks, and they rear their little heads outside. And every bar you go into there, every bar is all the bartenders are topless, because it's like a bar with like 90 men just standing around. These are real men. These are gold
Miners.
mining men.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And I went there years and years ago and fucked a girl who was when I first started doing it, fucked a girl who was like the only hot looking girl there, and it was like everyone in the town found out, like, fuck, you got Jennifer. Oh shit! He sweeps in here. I've been bringing her chunks of gold all month.
Chunks of gold, yeah. That's gold mining town.
I have a funny story.
fucking have a
We
gold
were
mining
driving
town?
to Kalgoorlie from Perth. Now, it's about a 12-hour drive or something.
Everything's a 12-hour drive in Australia.
It's a really long fucking drive. And so we're driving out there, and we hired a car, I think, because we were just young comics without cash or whatever. No, we had one of the guys that owned a car. And we're driving along, and I fucking smash into an emu, right? And
Holy shit.
And I fuck this animal up, right? He just, with a bird trying to fucking, this is the time you try to fly away, you useless prick, right? And just sitting there, but the car, he fucked the radiator up, and all the water went out of the radiator, and I had to smash the bird's head in with a rock because it wouldn't shut up.
That's fucking
And we're in
caveman
the de-
shit
we're
you
in
gotta
the-
pull.
We're in the middle of the desert. I'm trying to use that, this is humane type of thing, but I crushed a bird that was 5 foot tall in the head with a rock. Right, so we're all sitting there, but strangely enough, on these roads, they still give you a phone signal, even though you're in the desert. They put towers everywhere, so you can still ring people if you're in trouble.
Yeah, because you probably get in a lot of trouble there.
Every comic knows a cunt who's like some guy who just really wants to hang out with the other comics, and he's not a very good comic, but he's always at the club and he's always trying to get in, you know. And there's this one bloke there who in Perth, who was this guy, right? So we go, well, we got to make the gig. If we get someone to drive now, they'll be 3 hours away. If they get to us in time, we'll still make the gig, you know? So we phone this guy, because he's the only douchebag we know who will just get his car and just drive out in the desert for 12 hours for an open spot, right? So we're sitting on this car with a dead bird with a rock on its head, with water coming out of the front of the engine in the middle of the desert. We ring this guy up, and so we wait 4 hours for him to come. 3 hours for the driver and an hour for him to get ready or whatever he has to do, right? So we're sitting there, and then we can see his car 2 miles away. We can see it, like right, the little speck in the desert, and it's coming closer and closer. And then I can see a fucking great big red kangaroo about half a mile away hopping, and I can watch it. I can see this accident 10 minutes before it happens. I'm just like, oh, here we go. And then a mile away from us, boom, the kangaroo's fucking dead. We walked down the road, his car was alright, it was still drivable, it was all fucked up on the right front. Kangaroo with a broken leg.
you guys hate kangaroos, right?
Well, I don't mind kangaroos.
Those are the ones that are kind of like rats, right?
Yeah,
we look at them like, wow, a kangaroo.
They're vermins. You can kill kangaroos. There's a plague of the things. We used to box them back in the 1940s.
Yeah, I heard about that.
There's footage of it.
Fascinating.
You can probably YouTube some footage of a kangaroo getting its head punched in.
Yeah.
They go to carnivals in the country and they go, who thinks they can beat the kangaroo? Come on, rally up, rally up. And they get this 6'4" kangaroo, and they put fucking boxing gloves on its little fist, and they're natural boxers. I know, right? And so what they do is they get another bloke in, and he'd start punching the shit out of the kangaroo with his little tiny head and just smacking it. And the thing is, you have to knock the kangaroo down to be able to win the fight.
Jesus.
But with the tails and the big feet, they're like fucking tripods. these things were concussed on their feet. Just they're like flopping around. Like
Knocked out, but he's still standing.
They wanted to fall over. If they could have fallen over, they would have.
Oh my God, that's hysterical.
If the kangaroo wants to win, it just rears up on its tail and kicks the shit out of you across the ring, and that guy's dead. Right?
Yeah, they got like claws on those feet where they could just rip your fucking intestines out like a velociraptor.
But my old man said, "Oh yeah, we used to watch kangaroos being punched. Oh, it was all in good fun."
I couldn't imagine punching him in his little head though. It seems so sad.
These aren't little kangaroos. These are big reds. These are like big 6 foot tall buggers.
Yeah.
They're called big reds.
They're not like scare big reds. They used to have dinosaur kangaroos back, like, you know, before my days.
Yeah,
there was
maybe
big 12-footers ones, yeah.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Which is only, because you always think Tyrannosaurus Rexes, they're only like, I don't know if someone probably Google or something, but Tyrannosaurus Rex was only like 12 foot or something.
Yeah, when you see like
always think they're 50
skeletons
foot.
of them,
Yeah.
Or in the movies, they're giant.
They're giant. We think that they're humongous. But
Yeah.
you know.
They'll still bite the shit out of you.
Yeah, you don't start picking
It's only
them.
12 feet high with fucking giant teeth and fucking nothing.
Oh my God, that is fucking funny. Hey, speaking of animals, you were telling me just before we started about Cat Guy. Cat on the head
Cat
guy.
on the head, man. There's a guy.
That guy is an asshole.
There's a guy
I had a
in
run-in with that
New York
dope.
who has a cat on his head.
Right.
And the cat sits upright on its head.
Yeah.
Like, what type of freakish fucking training did he have to work this cat into doing? And he walks around, I think he's got a cane as well. He walks around, because I think his spine's starting to get curved from the weight of the cat on his head.
Yeah, it's a big cat.
It's a big,
and it
big
just
ass
sits on
fucking
this
cat.
guy's head and doesn't and has no problem with it. And the guy walks around Manhattan.
And he just rocks around Manhattan. And when you see a guy with a cat on the head, the natural response from another human is to go, "Hey,
him.
you got a cat on your head."
the cat on your head.
Yeah, what's with your cat on your head? And then he'll ask for money because you've noticed the fact that he has a cat on his head. It's like walking around with your dick out, right? And then someone going, "Your dick's out. Well, pay me.
Right.
You had a good show." Like, am I in trouble for noticing the phenomenon of a man with a cat on their head? I'm allowed to notice it.
But he's an asshole about it because we had a run-in with the guy, and my girl's like, naturally, we happen to have a camera. Like, oh, I want to take a picture, and right away, that'll be $10 to take a picture of the cat on my head.
Yeah.
All angry and stuff.
You.
I'll just go
That's
to the
him right
internet.
there. That's the dude.
There he is, guy with a cat in his head.
He's an asshole. This
He
guy.
looks like a real fucking obnoxious cunt.
He looks a bit
Because
like
it starts
Phil
off all
Spector.
nice. You know the people that walk around with a bird on their shoulder or they carry a python?
they're mostly
not looking for
quirky.
money. They're like, oh, yeah, take a picture with me and my dumb pet.
Yeah.
And sometimes you'll throw them a few bucks like, oh, that was cool, thanks. Not this guy. Right away with the, putting his hand out
dude,
for money.
Here it is. Just get a fucking Roddy that hates cats.
Right.
And then just let the leash go. And watch it bite this guy's whole head off.
I'm going to walk up and
Cat all.
slap him in the head with a fish.
Where'd you see him?
Yeah.
I saw him at the front of Caroline's. He was just standing at the front.
Because
Just
he's usually a little more uptown.
Or just throw catnip in the cat's face so it starts clawing at his forehead.
Right.
Yeah.
He looks like a, what is he?
He's got
like
fleas.
Redbeard
You know
the
he's got
pirate.
fleas.
Everyone has their thing where they're trying to make money in this town. It's
I used to
crazy.
have a cat, right?
That naked cowboy, you've run into him if you're
I haven't
playing
seen
town.
him yet. I just saw him on the cover of the
hate
thing.
that fucking
Times
guy.
Square.
I don't know.
He's
but
out there in the middle of winter,
I don't
too.
mind eccentric people. I just hate when you're eccentric and you've designed an outfit.
That's what
Because
he's done.
real eccentric people, I've met eccentric people. We know eccentric comics, right? Real fucking quirky people,
Right.
Who go home and occasionally smear shit on their body and don't know why, right? Those are
Yeah.
eccentrics, but not a guy that goes, "I'm going to be a naked cowboy for money." That's not eccentric. That's just you're a bad businessman.
He found a gimmick.
Yeah.
Actually, he's a good businessman. I don't like the gimmick at all, but this guy makes a fucking fortune.
Does he really?
He makes a fortune.
Yeah.
I saw him once. I was going into
Well, into
the
six figures.
I was going to the
Oh, yeah.
Javits Center, so I went and parked in the parking lot across the street, and that's apparently where he parks. And he comes up. His wife is also in on some fucking
naked
gimmick.
cowgirl.
She does the naked cowgirl.
They
It's his
attempted
fucking
the
wife.
naked cowgirl thing.
And they both were coming back to their vehicle, which was like a brand new fucking Range Rover. They get it. They fucking put their clothes on. They hop in. They were like, "Hey, take it easy." I can back out in a brand new Range Rover, and off they go. And
So
and,
what happens with him in the tax department?
I don't know. It's a cash business. By the way, he keeps it in his boots. He puts cash in his fucking boots, and then occasionally, I guess he goes to the bank
I'm gonna
and
mug
makes
that
deposits.
I was going to say, so
bastard.
for all those people out there that are, you know, falling on tough times,
You want to rob the naked cowboy? I guess he
the
keeps
left-
him in his boots or
it's the
something.
left boot.
He wouldn't
I don't
be
know
a
how-
hard guy to mug, would he?
I would think,
Give me
yeah.
everything you got.
You know where it is. He's fucking naked. He's in
Yeah.
his boots. And then I guess he's got to stop off at the bank every so often and drop the cash off.
And he's not even a naked cowboy. He's wearing underwear.
He wanted to be naked. They wouldn't allow it. And then he put on one pair of underwear, and they still wouldn't allow it because the outside of his dick was too...
It was like a G-string or something, wasn't it?
Something like that.
Yeah.
So now he's got 2 or 3 pairs of underwear.
He's got to
keep
wear
it all
3
packed
pairs
down
of underwear so you can't see the outline of his dick.
And does he sing songs or anything? Does he do a performance
sings
for you?
little songs, but most people, these rube tourists, just want to take pictures with him in Times Square so they could go back home and go, look, here's me with the naked cowboy. No, it's really a naked guy that stands there. And
They think he's... These dopey women that come from the Midwest, they think he's hot, like they also think Fabio or Fabio or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck his name
Or
is.
Michael
that
Bolton.
Fabio,
Oh, he's just the greatest.
he's amazing.
He's a man's man.
A man's man.
He has got a
Please.
nice physique.
We're going to take a quick
Gotta
break.
stay
Jim
in shape.
Jeffries
That's
in
like his
studio.
job, I guess, keeping in shape.
If you
Jason
get a
Ellis.
naked cowboy with a cat on its head, then you got a fucking
No, now you
business.
got a, now you
That
got
big beer gut.
Now you got a gig, sure. Jason Ellis is going to be on our show next. We're going to talk to him for a few minutes. He's going to start up on the virus, I think, this weekend. We're going to give him a couple hours to show everybody what he's all about. So we'll talk to him next. Jeffries has got the HBO special that he's taping Saturday. Tickets are going fast, but you might have a shot if you do this right away, right?
They'll get back to you today, but the 7:30's, if not completely gone, almost gone, and there's still a few tickets left for the 10, but it will be sold out.
You better save me 4 seats.
You got 4? Yeah?
I'm going for Saturday, 10 o'clock show.
Yeah,
How
so
do they
if
get
you-
their tickets there, Jim?
You go to Jim Jeffries at BroadwayVideo.com. You email it. You got to email the time you want to go and your age. And if you've got my video camera, you should also mention that and bring that along.